Something big is quietly happening in the world of finance, something that affects every single one of us. But very few people even know what's going on. Welcome to The Money Trail, where we investigate the hidden financial history that shapes our lives. Today, we're shining a light on BlackRock, a company you might not have heard of, but that has an enormous influence over our world. With $9 trillion in assets under management, BlackRock is the largest investment firm in the world. To put it in perspective, if BlackRock were a country, its economy would be the fourth largest in the world, just behind Germany's. But what makes BlackRock so influential? It's not just their size, it's their reach. Through their investments, BlackRock owns shares in 89 companies in the S&P 500, which is a stock market index that measures the stock performance of 500 large companies listed on stock exchanges in the United States. That means that BlackRock has a significant stake in some of the most influential corporations in the world, from Apple and Microsoft to ExxonMobil and JP Chase. And it's not just American companies that BlackRock has its fingers in. The investment firm has a global reach, with offices in 30 countries and investments in companies on every continent. From Brazilian oil giant Petrobras to Chinese e-commerce titan Alibaba, BlackRock's influence knows no borders. But what does all this mean for you and me? Well, when a company as large and influential as BlackRock makes investment decisions, it can have ripple effects throughout the global economy. If BlackRock decides to pull its investments from a particular industry or country, it can cause stock prices to plummet and economies to tank. So who is behind this financial behemoth? That's what we're here to find out. In this documentary, we'll be taking a closer look at the people and policies that have made BlackRock the shadow company that owns everything. We'll examine their history, their business model, and their impact on the world. And we'll ask the tough questions. Is BlackRock too powerful? Are they using their influence for good or for profit? And what does their rise to power mean for the rest of us? So buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey down the money trail, and it all starts with BlackRock. As we begin to unravel the financial empire that is BlackRock, let's take a closer look at the sheer size and scope of their assets under management, or AUM. This figure is critical in understanding the influence and power wielded by this shadowy company. BlackRock's AUM currently stands at a staggering $10 trillion, a number so large it's difficult to grasp. To put it into perspective, that's nearly twice the GDP of the United States, or approximately 7.5 times the size of the entire Australian economy. This figure represents the combined value of all the stocks, bonds, and other assets that BlackRock manages on behalf of its clients, which include both individual investors and some of the world's largest institutions. But how did BlackRock amass such an enormous war chest? The company was founded in 1988 by Larry Fink, who saw an opportunity to create a new kind of financial firm, one that would pull assets from various investors and use its collective buying power to invest in a diversified portfolio. This innovative business model proved incredibly successful, and BlackRock quickly grew from a small startup into a global behemoth. Today, BlackRock's influence extends far beyond the world of finance. With $10 trillion at its disposal, the company has the power to shape markets, drive policy decisions, and even influence elections. Consider this. When BlackRock speaks, corporate executives, government officials, and central bankers listen. And why wouldn't they? After all, BlackRock's AUM represents a significant portion of the global economy. But as we delve deeper into the story of BlackRock, it's essential to ask ourselves, is this level of power and influence healthy for our society? Are the interests of BlackRock's clients aligned with those of ordinary people? Or do they represent a hidden force that operates behind the scenes, shaping our world in ways we can hardly imagine? These are questions